Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Budget Model Buddy Build, along with a bearded veteran create, Mikey. Good morning, Mikey.
Morning, Steff. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm delightful, mate.
Good. Your beard is looking mighty fine.
Well, thank you.
So you'd go from, if you shaved it off, you'd go from 58 to looking about 3.
Mate, last time I shaved off was about 2-3 years ago, and I looked about 14. I kid you not.
Yeah.
I look like a 14-year-old.
I know. My wife doesn't like me losing this, even though it's just a grade 1. She says, no, don't lose it. You look about 6. I'm like, no. Even though I'm an old fart now. Right. So we are going to be building the Albatros DIII from Roden in 1/32 scale. They are 2 different kits. So they've got mostly the same parts, but that's what we're going to be doing. So let's go across to Mikey first, and you can show us what you're doing then.
So I'm going to be working on the Lothar van Richthofen version, which is this one. And he was the younger brother of the Red Baron.
So, cool. Thank you very much for that, Mikey. And the one I'm doing, I've got to take the lower box out the top box because I've got them like that. Because if I lift it up like that, it's just everything's going to go flying, and I'm going to be mightily unimpressed. And I am doing that one. And yes, I am going to be doing that colour scheme.
The candy cane one.
Yeah. Bloody idiot. So that's the one I'm doing. Yep, let's pop that back in there. We've got a few comments. We've got Steve at 32Albatros saying, good morning. Morning, Steve. Mr. Morris is up. Hey up, lads.
Hey up, bar kid.
Hey up, Gary. And model officer, James, waiting. No longer are you waiting. So, shall we crack on?
Yes, we shall.
Yep. So, while we're doing this, we're going to have chits and chats and stuff like that. Just so, yep. Oh, bloody hell. I nearly lost all my tools out down the back. Oh, good Lord, that would have been a great start. So, we're both going to be starting on our engines.
Yeah. Oh, I can zoom in on this as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Zoom in.
So, Mikey.
Yeah.
Why did you start your YouTube channel?
I started it for a bit to keep me occupied more than anything, but it's turned into sort of helping modelers to learn about history that's related to their model, so they can put a bit of context into dioramas and things like that.
So that's it. That's the reason.
Yeah, I just wanted to give it a go and see if I could make YouTube videos, and I didn't have quite enough occupying my time. So. With everything else I do.
Yeah.
Where the hell have I put my snips?
Steve at 32Albatros says, start your engines, gentlemen. Oh yeah, just a quick one for everybody watching. Please like the video, give it a thumbs up. Tell everybody about it. Also, if you're not a subscriber to Mikey's channel, pop on over and give him a bit of love, subscribe and join in, and vice versa. If you're a member of Mikey's channel, a subscriber of Mikey's channel, please pop over to mine and subscribe and give me a bit of love.
Yeah.
Not that I need it. I've got lots. Well, I've got enough for me at the moment, so.
Yeah, if you get too big, you start attracting some very strange people.
Oh, yeah. It's, there are some, let's say, unusual people out there.
Yeah, just a little bit. Good lord, some of these parts are small. Instructions quite funny because you see this little rod here on the instructions.
Yep.
Yeah. It says 6Z. There's no such thing as 6Z on the frame. It's just 6, and there's 2 of them.
Well, no. If you have a look, bottom left, on that big thing there, it said Z.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, if I have it the right way up.
Yeah.
It's got Roden and Z.
Yeah.
Right. So you know, I've had to fill in the holes on this part because they had sink marks in them. So
Yeah.
they've all been filled. Have you done yours, Mikey, yet?
No, not yet. I'll do it. I'll do it as I go along, otherwise I'll get muddled up.
Okay.
I think they're the rocker covers.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let's get
Oh, I've gone through this before. The reason I started mine is because I'm a serial procrastinator. I will start a model and then it'll annoy me and I'll put it down and probably never pick it up again. So it's something I really need to sort out, and doing YouTube has helped me deal with that. And also what it's done is I get quite stressed and anxious and antsy and arsey and stroppy, and it's not fair on my wife. And she can usually pick it up before I even feel it, and she'll look at me and go, "Piss off to the shed." And I'm like, why? She's like, "You're getting stroppy." No, I'm not. See, you just done it.
Yeah. My wife's the same. If she can see I'm getting depressed, she sends me a room to make models.
Yeah.
Can you pull, your screen? Can you put it on the big screen a sec?
Yeah.
Because I've just figured out I can sort my camera out, so it's a bit easier.
Well, no, it doesn't matter if yours is mucking around or anything. Don't worry about that.
Oh no, it's not that. It's just I'm right at the far end of my desk.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
I just realised that the stand that it's on has actually got. If I take the phone stand off it, it's actually got the screw thread on it.
Hey,
stupid boy.
You'll be fine. Don't tell him your name, Pike. So, first things first, just don't want that to fall off. One of my spark plugs is bendy. I know what's going to happen there. I'm going to snap it. Oh no, I've done it. Yay, even though it's got a horrible white stress mark in it. That won't show through at any stage. We better not do. Oh, that's great, because I've just taken all the 4 corner bolts off each of these, so I'm going to replace those. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 24 little bolts I'm going to have to make. Woohoo! Oh yeah, before we came on air, we were chatting about different bits and pieces. And I was saying to Mikey that Roden don't do locating pins. So what I've got to do, where's it gone? There it is. A very, very blunt scalpel blade. just run along there to take any of the flash off. And the same on this side. So use the back of the blade. That stops you from digging into the plastic. Right, so I was looking at this, I'm thinking, plastic's different thickness. So I got my caliper out, zero that. So that one is 1.44, and this one is 1.36. Yeah, not too bad. Now, this bottom one, this one is 1.1817, but this one 0.8384. The difference is ridiculous. So that's 884. So it's nearly 0.4 of a mil difference thickness in the plastic. That is going to create a huge step. So what I'm going to do is, I've got some thin styrene, so I need to find it that's 0.4 of a mil thick. It's 1 mil thick. I think I've got some 0.4 thick shits. 0.5. So I've got some 0.5 styrene, and I'll just cut a few strips off and stick it down here, because that, I believe, looking at it, that's 109, yeah, and that's 75. So there is a difference all the way down of around about 0.3, 0.4. So that's something that I'm going to have to address if I want to get a nice level finish, because that's going to be really annoying, having to do a step that's about 0.4 of a mil, because in scale modeling that's huge. James said, sorry, stepped out the room and missed the beginning. Oh well, we're not going back because we've clipped bits off.
Yes.
Right, so I need 11. That's number 10. I need number 11.
Little tiny bit I'm going to put on with super glue, because otherwise I'm going to end up knocking it off. And it's something that is way too small for me to find. It's too small to put into place.
Tell you what, there's a lot of flash between the lower parts of the cylinders.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's not going to be easy if I drill a hole in this. Where's my drills? So what made you want to do the Albatros?
Albatross, get your fresh albatross. It's a World War I aircraft, and I had 2 of them, so I gave you one and said, join me.
Fair enough. As you know, I love World War One.
Exactly. And also, you'd only just started your channel.
Yeah.
And getting started really hard. I know it's taken me 5 years to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And It's just frustrating.
Well, not doing too. I've got 40.
So if we can get you nicely up and running.
That would be awesome.
Yep. Here we go. First use of the drill. This end has got to go in, and there's all it is. It's just giving me a bit of a lip. You can see that round bit there.
Yeah.
Just there above the thing. That's all it gives me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a bit of depth. Okay, we've got some comments. Mr. Marley's in. Evening, gents. Happy Australia Day. Happy Australia Day, John.
Happy Australia Day.
Yep. James is saying, hey, John. And John is saying, hey, James. Mr. Morris, do you get wafers with it? I bloody hope so. And Roger Whittington, UK. Hello, Roger. Says, do you get wafers with it? Lol. Morning. Morning, Roger.
Roger's one of my friends off another channel. He's awesome. He's got his own YouTube channel as well.
He's got
his own YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. What does it do? What does he
talks about current events and his thoughts on them.
Ooh.
I think you quite like it. It's called The Grumpy Git in the Corner.
Where are we? Oh, he's here. Zeroed. Right, so that's 0.7. So, where are we? Oh, don't you just hate that when you put something down? You know, you've just looked at it and you can't remember where you put it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Come on, Steff. Oh, this does my head in. Let's use these. So, it says 0.7, so I'm going to give it a 0.6 to begin with. Another tool I can't do without, especially doing World War I stuff, is one of these.
Was it a Braddle?
It's like it's a pen Braddle.
Yeah.
So come on. There is an app for me to focus my camera, but I never use it.
There's an app for that.
So all I do is just guesstimate the middle. No. Yep. Do it. A nice little hole in it, if you can see that. Come on. Focusing. So I've got a nice little spot there where I can use my drill.
I've got a tune stuck in my head. My machines.
Yep. James from Model Officer says a lack of hobnobs here.
I can sort that. Hang on. We can remedy that, James.
I've got a reason why I haven't got hobnobs. Do you like what I did there? Do you like it?
There you go.
Oh, nice. He's got the hobnobs. Roger says, I look at the world news, then tell you the truth. Lol. Morning, buddy. Don't get me started on the media. I'll get on my bloody high horse, and I despise them. Anyway, Mrs. W. Morning, boys. Good morning, Mrs. W.
Mrs. W is Roger's good lady.
Oh, hello, Roger's good lady. I
the
hope
far
you're
better
well.
Looking half.
Say again.
The far better looking half.
So for that bit, what I've done is I've just ever so slightly drilled into it there. So that will go in nicely. Some more comments. James, I can relax now. Know the correct accompaniments are here. Oh, of course. Roger says, oi, lol. Roger is a village elder.
He is.
I nearly said something else then.
So is Gary, though, to be fair.
Well, we know Gary's a village idiot.
on my village elders, because they're the sort of wise ones that advise me.
Right. James says that's a poor reason, Steff. I know. Very poor. Roger at Gary Morris. Morning, bird. Mr. Marley. Red wine here. I'm set. Yes, we know. He's always on the wine. Mrs. W, I knew there was a reason I loved you, Mikey. You say the sweetest things.
Oh, thank you, Heather.
And then James says, no dunking allowed, John. Oh, no. Nay, and thrice nay.
That's
right,
just
so
many levels.
Yeah. Homebrew glue. Which is fucking awesome.
Tim Tam slams. Hell no.
No, 0.6 haven't worked. It's not big enough, so I'm going to have to try the 0.7. But I always do that. I do a smaller hole first, and then I go in for a larger hole. Because hopefully it might just go in. There we go. That's going to be better.
You know, this is the first World War I aircraft I've built properly.
What do you mean properly?
Oh. First one I built one, and it was so badly made by the manufacturers that I decided to make it like a kid because it looked like it had been made by a kid. But other than that, I've not really done any World War I aircraft. So this is a new experience, and it's interesting.
The thing is, though, I find it an interesting subject. It's like model making. People have different things that they find relaxing. Now, I love making.
Yeah.
The making. And I love the rigging. The painting, yeah. As you've probably seen, because I'll just go, just chuck it all on there.
See, I usually love doing the dioramas and stuff. I'm quite creative, and I can visualize things before I build it.
Yeah. I've got a couple of dioramas in mind that I want to do.
Ooh, pray tell.
No. I don't want anybody stealing them. Yeah, that bloke in the chat is terrible for that. Always stealing my ideas. James. No, he doesn't.
James is awesome.
Shh, don't!
I love his Fu Manchu.
Good Lord.
He's a fellow birdie. We've got to be nice to him.
We are talking about Mr. Skiffins.
Yeah, the one with the Fu Manchu.
Model officer. James hasn't got a Fu Manchu, has it? Unless I haven't seen him for a while.
I don't know, it looks like he could grow into one pretty quickly. I do think he'd suit one, to be fair. I think I need to file this slot out a little bit.
Yeah. Some more comments. Mr. Marley says, Tim Tam Slam? Hell no. James giggles. Gary T, hello. I'm a massive fan of World War I aircraft and pilots, so it's great to see this. Welcome, Gary.
Welcome.
If you have a look on my channel, at the moment, put the first episode out last night. You can have a quick.
Oh yeah, I meant to watch that actually.
The Quadrant G3.
Let's do that.
Welcome, Gary. Mr. Broadwidth is in. Hey up, guys. Hello, Mark.
Hey up, Mark.
Gary says, I talk a good diorama. Oh, mate, so do I. I'm very good about talking about them. Mr. Molly, me, I'm innocent. I'm a diorama cherry boy. Yes, we know. He needs to get his finger out.
Determined to get that changed.
Mm-hmm. Gary Morris says, if James had a Fu Manchu, he'd look like Oddjob.
He's not wrong, to be fair.
Mark says, now then, how's yous doing? Doing all right, thanks, kid.
We're not doing too bad.
And you, Gary?
That was Mark.
Sorry, Mark.
Just because it says Broadwidth doesn't mean it's Gary. Oh, I've still got a song stuck in my head. It's getting on my nerves.
Which one?
The Wonderful Men and the Flying Machines. We should have it on as background music.
Can't, I get clobbered.
That's not fair, is it?
The thing is, at the end of the day, I've done a load of research on this. And it's companies that don't actually own the rights claim it.
Yeah.
So
I've noticed that with...
Sorry, go.
That's with the companies buying photographs online, the rights to photograph, or claiming the rights to photograph, that were taken in the First World War. They're claiming the rights to them.
Yeah, and it's like, excuse me, it's copyright is out of date now.
Yes. It only lasts 100 years after the photographer's death.
I didn't think it was that 100 years. I thought it was 70 something.
Yeah, they changed it a couple of years ago.
Oh, right, okay.
So the copyright remains with the original photographer until 100 years after their death.
Because what they can do is they can pass it on to their estate then.
Yeah.
And then it's the estate that has the copyright.
Yeah. Well, there's much point in me doing that with my photography. Well, they're saying that I have had some people try and nick mine. In fact, there's one musician who's local musician who's ended up on BBC Radio now, and one of the photos he used to publicise his gigs was one of my photos, and he didn't ask.
Tosser.
Yeah. And he got him a lot of business.
Did you not do anything or say anything?
Yeah, but I sort of made him aware of it through my page, and I started putting my watermark on my photos more obviously. And he stopped doing it now.
And I bet he hasn't given you any credit for it, has he?
No.
Now, people like that.
He did thank me at a gig.
Wow, whoopee-doo.
I know.
Whoopee-doo-dah. I got some comments. Where are we? Done that one. John Marley says, lovely weather here in Newcastle, 23 degrees, but it was 37 earlier. Lost Souls Paranormal. Morning, boys.
Morning, Holly.
Oh, I'm going to have to check her out.
Oh,
No, don't go there. I'm a happily married man. No, we're going to Most Haunted next month at the Derngate in Northampton. And then we've just started watching Uncanny on BBC One. Well, on iPlayer. And it is brilliant.
She's the moderator for another YouTube channel I follow, and she's nicknamed the Angry Murder Midget because she's very good at moderating. As people step out of line, she deals with them quite promptly.
Right, let's have a...
So I've done figure 1 now anyway. Got all the little bits on that side. It's actually looking pretty good.
Give me a sec. Where are we? That one?
There we go.
That's not that one.
If I focus.
Give me a sec. I'm just going to put you on the full screen.
Yeah, it's not focusing. Come on. It's kind of focusing and then drops out. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. It sort of focuses and then loses it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That way.
Right. That is looking really good, mate.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. Yep. And I'm just about to stick that long sticky thing on.
The long sticky thing, yes.
Yeah.
The air intake manifold. Thank you for this. Or was it a rocker? I don't know. It's an engine from well before my time.
Okay, I can't find her YouTube page.
Holly, can you spell out your YouTube page for us, please?
Yeah, it's there. It's Lost Souls Paranormal.
Yeah.
Mark Broadwith says that John Marley, wonderful 5 degrees here. Yes, it is. Absolute shower, says Gary. He said in his best Terry Thomas voice. Roger, bearded veteran, ain't been creative, bud, as I've been dealing with messages from all over the world after my uncle's passing Sunday. He built the rally minis. Oh, bless you.
We're on a different spoon now for part 2.
Yeah. Lost Soul says, at Roger Whittington, UK. Hello, Pops. And Roger's saying, hi, sweetie. Mark Broadwith says, can't that damn flying man's machine tune out of my head now.
It's very addictive.
Yeah. Mrs. W says, morning at Lost Souls Paranormal. That's me, says Lost Souls. She says, hello at Mrs. W. Beautiful lady. Roger Whittington says she's the best mod in the business. Lol. Gary T, any tips for aircraft rigging if you have hands like a gorilla? We'll come back to the sec. Thank you, Pops, says Lost Souls. And she goes up to say, I have 2, Lost Souls Paranormal and ASMR with Molly. And Steve's gone, earworm. Right, going back to Gary T. And is any tips for aircraft rigging if you have hands like a gorilla? Yes, I do.
I have hands like a fat child.
Right then. These are tiny. These are the eyes that I've made for my Caudron. Right, it's there. Let's see how close I can get.
Good Lord.
There you go. That's the eye I've made.
And you want me to make that?
Oh, it's dead easy, mate.
Mate, I can't even see it on the camera, let alone in person.
It's surprisingly easy to see in person.
Yeah.
Right, I've got a bit of brass rod, and it is about just under 0.4. round. So what you do, I'll quickly run through this. I've got to find a bloody... Oh. You've done this deliberately so you can get ahead of me, haven't you?
Me? No, never.
Yes, don't lie. You primed him, didn't you? Just so you can get ahead of me. Sure, I've got a bit of wire. There we go. Right, so you get a bit of wire, and I would say about half that length, but we'll use this for... Right, give me a sec. Let's bring this down so you can see what I'm doing. Right, so there's your brass rod. There's your bit of wire. So what I do is start off placing it across my two fingers, because it's shorter than that. That is way too long for what we need. And then use the fold between my fingers just to bend it in half. Then I get my reversible tweezers. Everybody should have a pair of reversible tweezers. Well, every modeler. And I get my...
You like these ones?
Yep. So get my brass rod, and then you twist, and you twist, and then, oh, that's too bloody long. Let me just get further up there. There we go.
Just so you know, everyone, as well, I'm not just filing my nails here.
Yeah, whatever.
Piece of my fingers. Little tiny piece there. Don't file them down.
God, it's so hard to see with this bloody camera in the way. And you keep going.
No, not that bit.
Like that. And you get your snips. Cut it to roughly the length you need. And then you slide it off. And now you have an eye made.
Jeez.
So easy it is. And if you want any more tips, the best place to go, and this is where I learned how to do it, is a guy called Flying Circus Models. All he does is make World War I aircraft. So go and have a look at his channel. He's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let me just get this. There we go. Right then, hope that helps. More comments. Molly says, thank you, Pops. Lost Souls. I have 2 Lost Souls Paranormal ASMR with Molly. Don't have one. Earworm. Roger says, I'm surprised Mikey has asked if I was around when the World War I planes were built.
Well, I already knew. He was around when the bloody chariots were built.
Oh, he was around. So he was an LAC when Pontius was a pilot.
Yeah.
Got you. Molly says, at Roger, UK, that's because he already knows that you were around then. Ha ha.
Holly knows me too.
Yep. Roger says he's like Blue Peter. Here's one I made earlier. Gary says, you shouldn't need to file your nails, Mikey. You've been in bloody makeup all morning for this. James says, sat here drawing projects like a 5-year-old. Nothing new there.
What do you mean, like a 5-year-old?
Yeah. Gary T says, thank you. You're welcome, Gary. Roger is laughing at Gary's comment.
Roger's laughing at himself.
Yes. Right then, let's get on with this.
Here we go. Oh, shit. Sheet. I said sheet. Like sheep.
You are joking me.
No, why? What?
Right. Section 1.
Yeah.
This longy bit.
Yep.
It says, put it in the holes there. There are no pigging holes.
See, I had a hole in cylinder 1 and 6, but I didn't have any located pins on the actual rod.
Oh, I can just about see one. So where's my pen? I can mark that and then drill it.
Don't you wish they'd put all the engine components on one sprue? It's so much easier.
All right, so it goes in the holes on
1 and 6.
So you've got the other holes in 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it goes across all those holes, does it? No, it doesn't, because it doesn't bloody fit. Yeah, it does. It goes across all those holes.
There you go. It goes up here. Yeah, if you look at figure 6, you got the spark plugs right above the rail.
Right. So it does go across those holes.
Yeah. That's how I had to figure it out, by looking further ahead. So, 2. That one. Oh, that song.
Oh, I've got it as well as an earworm. And the thing is, though, I didn't even use that music.
No, I did for my short.
Yeah, there we go.
It'd be interesting to see what happens to the view account when after this one. Not view account, the subscriber account. Because we've got 12 people watching.
Have we really? That's awesome. Say hello, everybody. Oh, where are we?
They borrowed that from Wales.
Roger said, laughing at myself gives me the right to laugh at others. Oh, yes.
Very true, Roger.
Gary says, Roger Whittington, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? Very true.
Very true, sausage boy.
Molly saying, this is very therapeutic to watch. It's very therapeutic to do, Molly.
Yeah. Get it spread around.
Yeah, it's like any hobby. It helps with your mental issues. Now, both Mikey and I have got a physical disability. Mine is through 15 operations on my left knee and having a false knee, and it still gives me shit all the time. But I come in here and I model, and in the world of psychology, it's called attention. Your attention is taken away from your pain and your mental issues, and it just gives you that time to chill out and just think about this, not what's going on in your head or in your body. And it's brilliant. It's like any hobby. Any hobby does that. So everybody needs a hobby just to get away from everyday life, even if it's reading a book. Yeah, because that's it. It's all escapism. You're escaping from your everyday life, and it's one of the best things that you can do to help with any issues you have. If there's any issues you want to talk about, just pop them in the thing. I'm quite happy to talk about it. I've got level 4 counselling, and I've done 2 years of my psychology degree. But I did stop it because I realised that I'd be 65 by the time I was qualified. And it's like, no! And also, being a volunteer for Models for Heroes, I can help more people doing that than I ever could.
How did you end up becoming a volunteer for Models for Heroes?
Like a muppet, I asked to do it. But I didn't realise. Yeah, I didn't realise that being a volunteer, you don't get free kits.
Yeah.
So there is a downside to it, but it's not much of a downside. I had one guy who used to come, and he walked up to me one day, and he just said to me, he said, "Thank you very much, you saved my life." And I'm like, no. Now I know how Malcolm feels when I tell Malcolm how much he saved my life.
All those tears and they start welling up. You just want to hug them.
So true. If it wasn't for Models for Heroes and my wife, I'd have been swinging from a branch somewhere.
Yeah, there's been a few times when I've been like that. And the wife's just said, go and sit at your desk, make a model. I've just spent all night making a model. By the time I've finished, I'm all right again.
Yeah. So, yeah. Roger says it's a fuel rail and should tee off to each cylinder. And spark plugs will be connected to a magneto of an engine of that era. Yep, I've got some pictures coming in from Mikey, so I will be doing those.
Gary makes sense in that picture.
At Lost Souls, I agree. I have this on and instrumental chill out music in the background. Don't mean background. Very zen. Gary Morris says hello, everybody. Molly says at Gary sounds lush. Roger says I have a great hobby. I'm a professional pain in the butt. Molly's laughing at Roger. Roger gives Molly the okay sign. Gary Morris 100% agrees, Steff. It saved me as well. I think you'll find that if you speak to everybody who's been a beneficiary or a volunteer for Models for Heroes, they will say exactly the same thing. But it's finding that hobby.
Yeah.
This isn't for everybody. It won't be. It never can be. But somewhere out there is a hobby that will help you. It's just finding that. Moo, hi all. Forgot to say hi at start. Been busy. Hello, Moo.
Hi, Padre.
Yep. Molly says, hey, buddy, to him. And Roger says, hi, mate. Glad you can join us today.
Yeah, you can see why I call him Padre, don't you?
Well, he's by the look of him, he's wearing his dog collar.
Yeah.
He probably is then, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, you great... Oh, dear. Fat fingers. Again.
You're going to swear then, aren't you?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I've got a bloody vicar... got a vicar in now. Now, I've got to be on my best behaviour. Where are I? 3Z. Is that number 3? No, that's number 3. Let's have a look at it. Right. Oh, what's really frustrating with modelling as well, when you come to cut small bits off like that.
Yeah.
They don't put the connector on the sprue gate on the connector. They put it on the small parts. Yeah. If it was on the connector, it'd be so much easier to clean up and sort out. So, what sort of file do you use, Gary? Gary? Mikey?
Get it? Don't call me sausage boy. What sort of file do I use?
Yeah.
JPEG.
Ha 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 ha! You know you can go back to the green room if I want you to.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, there's only one comedian on this channel, and it's not me. So I will ask the question again. When you are cleaning up your model pieces, what do you use to file them down with?
Well, it depends on how fine I need to file it. So, my favorite one's just one of these flat files.
Mm-hmm.
But I use sanding sticks for some bits.
Right. So it's a metal one.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of the time I use metal ones. Sounds like I've just had a parcel.
I'll be honest with you, I'm like you. I prefer using metal files.
Quite a big parcel arrived.
Ooh!
It's one from Hobbycraft. Ooh, there's 4 parcels arrived.
What, all for you?
Most of them.
All for you. I've got all your names on.
They've all got my names on from them.
Sorry.
Right, while you're having a chat and doing that, let's go through some of these.
So I should take them in the living room now.
Gary's PMSL. Lost Souls Vicar. Where? Don't let him near me. I'll burst into flames. He's a drinking padre. Don't worry about him. Lol. I've met him. Gary Morris says sausage file. Moo says, I use a bastard file for most things. Lol. Actually, to be honest with you, Moo, you say that in jest. You can use a bastard file and get it down to a mirror finish. The way you do it is chalk. You progressively put more chalk on the file and it starts to really clean it up really nicely.
Stupid boy.
That's how I learned to file.
I learned to file when I was in college.
Yeah, I did it when I joined up. Trade training at Cosford.
Well, because I was a reservist, when I came back from Iraq, just after my 20th birthday, my dad said to me, "Oh, you've either got to find a job or go to college." And I said, "Well, I'm going to go out on another tour because I quite enjoyed it. So I'll go to college." So I went to do motor vehicle maintenance in college.
Yeah.
And then 4 months in, I found out that I was getting deployed to the Falklands, and I had to leave within a few weeks. So I did the whole course in 4 months, and it was supposed to be the entry level, the level 1, City and Guilds.
Yeah.
And after 4 months, I left with the level 3.
Cool. Nice. Molly says, "Oh, Hobbycraft. Love Hobbycraft. Oh, I do.
Yeah. The main thing that's covered. It's actually for this build stuff. The main thing.
All right. Give me. Let me just go through. Let me just go through these comments and we can talk about it. Mr. Molly says, "Hello, Kaylee." Molly says, "My mum bought me and her tickets for the craft show at the NEC in March. Nice. I've made a knife from one. Yeah, you can. Sorry, Mikey. What have you got?"
So one of the things I ordered was a base for this plane, and I decided to do something a little bit different. And I've bought, those circular log cutouts with the bark around them.
Yep.
I bought a 20 centimeter diameter one of them, and so it's got the bark around it, and then where it's wood, I'm going to put grass on it, and I'm maybe going to put some lights in it as well. I'm not sure about that. So that'll be fun.
Nice. I look forward to seeing that.
I look forward to doing it. I can't, because I did grass on my panther model that I'm working on, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
It's the first time I've ever done it, so and it came out really well. Oops. There you go.
Oh, you are taking the mick.
Why? What have you done there?
No, it's just 19A.
19A.
Yep.
Yep.
Section 2, 19A.
Oh yeah, I'm well past that.
It's bloody tiny.
Yeah.
The reason you're well past that, oh, good Lord. How did I do that? There you go. I've just got it stuck under my thumbnail.
What? You need to quit your thumbnail then, don't
No, I've only just stopped bloody biting them.
you?
Yeah. I might have to do some work offline just to catch up.
Yeah.
Because we've got.
If I do that, I'll be finished in 2 weeks. You know what I'm like.
Right. Police abusing powers says oi oi Savaloys and Savaloyettes.
Morning, Dan. Good afternoon, yeah.
Yep. Molly says Daniel, hello boss. Cult Master is here, says Moo. Police says, so this is where you all are. How dare you ignore my WhatsApp LSP? Morning Moo, says police. Lost Soul says, police abusing powers have I? Oopsie. Don't fire me. And he goes on to say, Mikey has the same problem getting his stuck under his thumbnail.
Daniel.
Moo gives Pap a thumbs up. Morning, Dan, says Mrs. W. Oh, bless it. This looks like a very scared piece of plastic. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah. Police Abusing Powers is a very famous YouTuber.
Say again?
Police Abusing Powers is a mildly famous YouTuber.
Yeah.
This is
cool.
Yeah. How many subscribers has he got, Dan? Is it 50,000 or something?
Oh, nice.
Hmm. He does a live every Sunday night. It's quite
All right, cool.
interesting sometimes. Oh, there you go, 56,000 or something. Around 56,000.
Give me a sec. I'm just trying to glue something and I can't look up.
It's all right, I can keep an eye on it at the same time because I've got the camera at the same level. Roger makes his scratch builds sometimes. He's made a Gatling gun out of brass, a working Gatling gun that fires little bits of metal out of it. The barrel rotates on it and everything.
Roger says, at PAP, well, we didn't want you because you're famous and makes us feel inferior. Moo's giggling. Pap says, how's everyone this morning? All good, thank you. Molly says, yeah, coming in here with your YouTube famousness, Daniel. We feel so small. Morning, Mrs. W, he says. And he goes on to say, I'm a celebrity according to Google. Roger's laughing. And he says 56 something thousand. Nice. Mrs. W, did you plug Roger's live this morning? Roger's live this afternoon as well, Mikey?
Yeah, Roger's got, if you go over to Roger Whittington UK, he's got a live this afternoon at 4 o'clock.
All right, cool.
4 till 7.
Nice. What you're building today, gentlemen? We're building World War I aircraft, ostensibly the Albatros DIII, but with different colour schemes. I'm going for the red and white stripes, like a Muppet, because it's a nightmare to paint.
I'm going for that one. Ooh, upside down. There you go. Where is it? That one.
Because that's all wood effect, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Wood effect / brown. But I've done quite a lot of wood effect anyway. With dioramas.
Yeah. It's not that hard.
No.
Roger says, yeah, but half of them are trolls. The biplane. Great aircraft. Oh, it is. And Molly says, "Ooh, nice."
How cool is that? They've spent an hour watching this and not even knowing what we're doing.
You all right carrying on for a bit more?
Hell yeah, I'm enjoying it, man.
Well, that's the whole idea of it.
Well, yeah.
John Marley says, it seems the way to increase your watch count, Steff, is to have anyone but me doing a buddy build. Oh, you haven't got a YouTube channel.
Yeah, most of the people that are watching are from my followers.
Yep. Roger says, wasn't most of them covered in Irish linen? Yes, they were, mate. The Irish were neutral.
Except for.
No, they were neutral in World War One.
Yeah.
That didn't stop them selling to both sides.
Yeah. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. Mark them off so I don't lose my place. Right. I don't want to put this exhaust manifold on until I've wrapped it, because they're wrapped with asbestos fabric stuff, weren't they?
Yep.
So probably there's nothing else I can do. Oh, actually, yes, there is. I can put the rocker covers on the other one.
Molly says, that's a good point, actually. We didn't know what you were building. Obviously, she wasn't here at the start. Roger says, even the Hurricane is World War II. Yep, and that was covered in linen as well. So was Mosquito.
Mm.
Is that a Wibble, John, a.k.a. the Silverman?
To be fair, when you read that out from John, I did hear that little violin tune playing.
Yes.
Da, 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 da.
And the silver paint flying all over the shop.
Yeah.
Well, all over his garage.
Yeah. Like a Wizard of Oz bukkake party. He's a good lad. He's a good man, is our John.
Yeah, he's all right. You don't have to deal with him 3 times a week.
I do see him most days on Discord.
Oh, yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. No.
What have you done?
No.
I thought you were supposed to be the professional modeler, like.
I didn't make the bloody kit.
No. And the wife's just come in. No, it's Steff.
Oh, I thought it was
No. Roger's on the chat, though.
Oh, this is really, really annoying me. There's meant to be locator pins on this part.
Yeah, there isn't any.
No.
You mean this part that goes to make this?
Yes. So that's just going to have to be glued on.
Well, I spent ages. You know the part you make in section 2?
Yeah.
I made it. I then made section 3.
Yep.
And couldn't figure out where I'd put section 2. Then I realised I'd accidentally put section 2 onto section 3. So, for the exhaust manifold.
Yeah, this hobby can be so frustrating at times.
Yeah. I keep chuckling because I'm reading the chat as I'm going along.
I've got my head down at my desk, so
yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Like I said, I'm just reading to myself. It's your show today.
Yeah, you get to do it next week. Good. Right, where are we? Oh, good Lord.
This is why I've been giggling.
Mooses, I built a C-130 many moons ago. The flying sick bag. The ex had great pleasure stamping on it. She had to go.
Yes.
Mate, that's just wrong. Roger says, FYI, the Hurricane was a Gloucester Gladiator without the top wing. The Aussie was made from plywood. Yes, it was. It was partially with linen, I believe. Big grin here, says Mr. Marley. Is that a big silver grin? Hi, Kaylee, says Molly. Pap says, Roger knows all about airplanes. He saw the Wright brothers take off for the first flight. I always thought he was with Pontius when he was a pilot. Laugh my ass off, said Dan. It was Molly, it's a good job Roger doesn't get bored with these old jokes. Roger says, Pap, who do you think showed them how to do it? Mrs. W. I thought he helped Da Vinci with his plans. Oh.
That's his own missus as well.
Yeah, laughing my ass off, says Pap. Roger says, Mrs. W. That was a glider and a parachute and a helicopter. Lol. Gary says, I always worry when Mikey starts chuckling. And then Pap says, are you sure, Roger? Are you sure Roger didn't make wings and flew too close to the sun? Icarus.
That's some good banter.
Oh, yes. Well, you got to, haven't you?
Yeah. I think you'd quite enjoy going on the channel, but the stuff.
Say again?
I think you'd quite enjoy going on some of these lives I go on.
I might just do that.
Well, Rogers is this afternoon, And then Dan's is on every Sunday night at 8 o'clock.
Sunday I can't make. I have D&D.
Yeah.
That's how sad I am.
It's not sad if it keeps you happy.
It makes the missus happy. Gets rid of me for 2 hours.
How is your married life for you?
Awesome.
For those that don't know, Steff is a newlywed.
I got married 6 months ago in August.
Make
Never
Dan
been married before in my life.
Have you not?
Nope.
Well,
I saw too many marriages break down when I was in the mob.
yeah.
And it's like, no, that is not for me until the right person come along. And I managed to survive until the age of 56. No, sorry, 55. I got married a month before my 56th birthday. But we met on the 7th of August, 2013.
Yeah.
So I decided, oh, it's going to be great. We're getting married on the 7th of August, 2023. So we got married exactly 10 years after we met.
Oh, well done.
And it was best thing I ever did.
Yeah. Well, I met I met Kaylee because I was dating a woman, and Kaylee was in hospital, and she said, "Can we go and visit my friend?" And I went, "Yeah, all right." So we went and visited Kaylee, and then me and that girl split up. Me and Kay got together, and she won't mind me telling you this, but on our first date it was sort of impromptu, and we were talking on Facebook, and she said, "Oh, I'm going to go for a walk." I said, "Well, it's 12 o'clock at night, and I don't really feel that it's safe for you to be going out at that time of night on your own, especially around where we live." I said, "So would you mind if I walked with you?" I said, "Yeah, if you want." So we did, and I parked up in the car park to meet her, and she wasn't there, so I texted her to ask her where she was. And as I looked up, I saw her walking around the corner, reading her phone, reading the message that I just sent, and she walked face first into the metal barrier. And because I was trying to be a gentleman, I was doing my best not to laugh. And then she walked up to me, rubbing her nose, going, "Did you just see that? That fucking barrier just jumped straight out at me." Just hit me in the face for no reason. And that was it then. Couldn't stop laughing.
Talking of things like that, first date with Lise. We met on High Street where we are. And I'm walking down the High Street and I'm looking around as you do. And this woman walked past me. I thought, oh, is that her? And I looked at her and she didn't look at me. And it's like, okay, it's not her. But I turned around to follow her walking up the street.
Yeah.
And Lise keeps saying, "Sure you were checking her butt out?" Nope. Don't do things like that.
The way you put it does sound a little bit stalkerish. You just start following her through the street. After that, we sort of, because I couldn't stop laughing and everything, and we went for a walk, and where we are is right next to the DIII estuary, between the Wirral and North Wales.
All right.
And there's a hill with a big flat stone on it next to a big dragon statue.
Yep.
So we actually went and lay on the rock, and we just lay there for ages talking whilst we were looking at the stars and everything. It was really nice.
Oh, cool.
It's the one romantic moment in my life. And then we got married 2 years later in 2015.
Nice.
I was 27. No, was I? Yeah, I was 27. She was 29.
Right, let's look at these comments, see how far behind I am. Oh my giddy aunt. Right. Gary says, I did the F traffic control for the Wright brothers. Yes, that right. You're not wrong there. Roger says, Pap, that was Icarus. Lol. And Pap goes, Icarus. Roger's alter ego. Molly says, you'd be very welcome, Steff. Oh, you play D&D? I'd love to start playing, but I'm socially awkward. We all are, Molly. Don't worry about it. We are a friendly group, but the only thing is you've got to be a member of Models for Heroes to play.
You can always set up your own group.
Yeah.
Keep you out of Lisa's way.
Yeah. Yeah, I get where you're coming from with the social awkwardness, Molly. You wouldn't believe it sometimes, the way I act.
I'm actually quite a shy person.
Well, it's like the missus keeps saying to me, why do you behave the way you behave when you meet new people? Because I'm one of these people who's a bit like Marmite. You either love or loathe me.
Yeah.
And I said, it's my way of dealing with idiots. You know, if I'm a prat or a little bit rude, but then that's most military people.
Yeah.
If I'm nice to you, bloody worry. If I'm rude and abusive to you, you're fine. You're safe.
I treat everyone as idiots until proven otherwise.
Yep. And she said, why do you do that? I said, it's my way of sifting out the arseholes from the decent people.
Yeah.
Because if they're a decent person, they'll take time to get to know me.
Yeah.
And if they're not, then they're not worth my time. But that's the way I sort people.
Yeah.
And I know it's not the right way to do it, but hey, that's the way I do it. That's my, let's call it safety net. I know it's not a safety net, but that's my way of dealing with it.
I've long since given up worrying about whether people like me.
Roger says, I run mine zero tolerance, no trolls allowed, and is all about having fun. Oh, yeah, of course it is. Pap says, congrats on getting married. Thank you. So does Molly. Thank you. Roger's laughing at Pap. No, Holly, you're just awkward, says Pap. Oh, cutting. Molly says, I'm newly single. Can I get a well done and congratulations too, please?
Congratulations.
Roger's sending lots of love to Molly. Pap says, Molly says to Pap, bite me. Hey, we'll not go there on this channel. We've already said well done, Holly. You're better off, and we've all seen you're happier. Good. You don't need people like that in your life.
No.
Roger Dan, sending love back. Nick W. Steff, 67, born 2. Oh, yes.
67.
Yep.
That makes you
56.
3 years younger than my dad.
Yep. So Pap says, bite you, Holly? Only if you're covered in Marmite. And Roger's giving him the okay sign. Oh, good Lord. I am so behind. Lost souls out, Pap. My God, can you imagine how hard it will be to get Marmite off your skin? Not if you lick hard enough. No, sorry. Is that a challenge, LSP? Pap, I was going to say something then, Holly, about getting Marmite off, but it sounded too rude and didn't want to bring the tone down of this stream. Look, Pap, we're military. We're ex-military. The tone is already in the gutter.
Yeah.
You couldn't take it any lower than the way we can take it. Gary says, D&D is great fun. It's just Sundays are difficult for me at the moment. They are for me, Gary, because I keep forgetting. Molly says, oh dear, it looks like I've started something now with Marmite. Yep. Roger at Molly. Now with my rough tongue. Not now. Sorry, not with my rough tongue. Perhaps as I'm just horrible to everyone, it saves time. Yep. Molly, Sister Roger, calm down, Bagheera. Steve, 69 with Marmite. Oh, no. Oh, sorry, year of birth. Sorry. Mr. Marley, 69 as well. Not on offer, Steve. Gary, Mikey, I am 59.
Yeah.
Right. Hand back to the model.
My dad's 58 in March, so you're a year older than my dad. I found another bit that you're going to have to fill as well.
Oh, good Lord, which bit's that?
The rocker covers.
Oh, I've already done those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were the ones I saw earlier, and I thought I'm going to get those done. So which one are you on to now?
Figure 6.
Okay. I'm one behind you.
You're catching up. Good luck. So it's not speed, it's the attention you take.
Yeah, it's attention to detail. This is all about attention to detail and patience.
Yeah.
Which it has taught me. Doing this has taught me patience. And it does help being patient with people as well.
Yeah. I find it helps with my tolerance for BS.
Helps with my tolerance of idiots.
Yes.
And there are so many of those these days.
Oh, yes.
But anyway, we are... Right. Give it another 5-10 minutes.
Yep.
And I'm going to call it.
No problem. I've rather enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. And especially if you get conversations going.
Yeah.
It's... the time just flies.
Yeah. Especially when the chat's active as well.
Yeah. That's always good. And it does help when you get your lot come jumping in and go, "Ah!"
Yeah. It's a raid.
Yes, we're going to be sitting and watching the rest of Uncanny tonight.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No.
It's a bit like Most Haunted.
Yeah.
But a lot better.
I used to like that American one with the 2 plumbers.
Yeah? Never
Is
seen
it
it.
Ghost Adventures or something?
All right. No, never seen that one.
Was that
I've
big?
never seen...
A bit daft.
Yeah. I've never seen one. But I want to.
Yeah.
It's like there is something happening. What it is, we don't know. Some people are sensitive to it, but I'm a cynical believer.
Yeah. Well, we're pretty certain my wife's nan is in this house somewhere, because we had a Christmas ornament that came from the nan when Kaylee inherited, and it was like a big waterfall thing with penguins on, and it was touch sensitive, so when you touched it, it played a tune and the penguins started moving around and stuff. Yeah. And a couple of years ago, we put it out when we put the decorations up, and we put it on the side, went over to the other side of the room to put decorations up, and we were talking about her nan, because Kay was explaining to me about it being a nan's ornament. And as we started talking about her nan, the ornament started going off on its own.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's weird. And then it stopped. And then a few minutes later, we started talking about her nan again, and it started again. I went, get it out of the fucking house, I don't want to hear. And we have like middle of the night, sometimes we've heard like footsteps going across the back bedroom and stuff. even though
Oh,
the
yeah.
back bedroom is full of stuff. So there's no way someone could run across the floor. But I do remember when I was a kid, my bunk bed was opposite my bedroom door, but my bedroom door didn't have a door on it, if you get what I mean.
Yep.
And I saw someone, like a black figure, go across the landing to the bathroom and then not come out. And I thought, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, it must be my stepdad, because he's the tallest in the house and it was about his height. And he never came out. I thought, that's weird. And then I realised I could still hear my stepdad snoring in his bedroom. But it was a tall black shadow who walks across the landing across my door.
No, that's that would scare the crap out of me.
I think I was only about 13, 14 at the time.
Jesus.
And there's a place by us called Basingmoor Abbey. And one night I stopped. I thought, oh, let's go for a little wander. And I went up there and I stopped by this fence where there's a bench. And I thought, I'll just chill out here for a minute. And then next minute, I could hear gravel footsteps coming towards me. And I thought it must be someone coming around the corner. And then I thought, hang on a minute. This is a tarmac path. It's not gravel. It has been gravel for years. And then as I was listening, the steps kept getting closer and they were getting faster. And they were getting heavier. And then I thought, that's definitely gravel. And it felt as if someone was coming at me through the dark. But the street lights were on and it was a gravel sound. I thought, yeah, I'm going back out of it. I'll go back to the car now. But it is reputed to be haunted, the Abbey.
Oh, good Lord.
Because it was built in, I think it was 1200 AD. So it's 800 years old. And there's a place just up the road that was built at roughly the same time.
Yeah.
Called St. Winifred's Well. And it's one of the oldest pilgrimage sites in Britain.
Okay, cool.
It's still in use anyway.
Right then. I'll just run through all the comments
Yep.
that we've got. Don't forget, folks, give us a like on both channels because we're currently streaming on both. Steve says Nutella would be better. Oh, yeah. Molly says, I'm 40 this year. Congratulations.
40.
Nick W., the Gen Xers, John Marley, TSM, Steff. Oh, yes. James Model Officer says, Gary, I thought you were hitting triple numbers this year. Roger says, geez, I'm feeling old now. Lol. Mrs. W., my kids are older than you at Lost Souls Paranormal. Molly says, Mrs. W., yeah, but I feel old. Pap says, 40 this year? Damn, you've had a hard paper round. Molly says, Pap, I'm going to enact your new hair in your sleep. Oh. Steve says, unfortunately, these idiots breathe the same air as us. Yes, they do. Pap's laughing at Molly. Roger says, well, we will keep the chat going, Steff. Lol. Thank you, mate. We're a bit rowdy, Steff. No, that's not a problem. Rowdy's good. Model at 69 on Nutella. Never going to be able to look your missus in the eye, Steve. Oh, dear. Lost Souls. The problem with paranormal, it's actually boring. When you see it on TV and there's stuff happening all the time, that's fake. Paranormal doesn't work like that. No. My missus is an actress. She went through all the stuff. She did off West End. She did about 4 or 5 shows on the West End and just went, no, Don't like it. Things like she'd go for an audition and say, "We love you. You're brilliant. You're perfect, but we need you to be blonde." I can dye my hair. No, you got to be blonde. And it's like, and in the end, she just went, "No, sod it." And it's too bitchy, too backbiting for her.
Yeah.
The theatre down the road, there's always people in at the weekends doing paranormal stuff because it's haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but doing that, she said, I've done more shows and had more varied parts than I ever would doing it professionally. Anyway, we digress. Mr. Miley says, Stephen Steff, The Voyager. I've started watching it, but who makes the photo etching kit? It's not mentioned. Yes, it is. Have a look in the description. It's green strawberry. Roger says, Molly, and we're the ones that are supposed to keep control. Molly says, at Roger, like giving tasers to kids. Oh no, you use tasers on kids. You don't give them the tasers. Well, you do, but you go, keeps the kids in control. Nick says at John Marley, do you have a YouTube channel? Gary T, what's your favourite aircraft from World War One, and why is it the SE-5A?
I've actually got an SE-5A as well to build.
Mine's a DR1. July Decker. Roger's laughing at Molly. Gary Morris. Boo! Mr. Marley. Australia Day every year has turned into a roll out an idiot day. This year they sawed off a statue of Queen Victoria at the ankles and daubed the Captain Cook plinth with Colony Will Fall. Oh, good Lord. Gary Morris. Right, gang, gotta go. Lunch is called. Brilliant stream. Looking forward to the next one. Well done. Thank you very much, Gary. See you on the next one.
Cheers, Gary.
Molly says, bye, Gary. Take care. Molly says, what is Steff's channel called? The Budget Modeler.
You're on it.
Yep. Well, it's actually streaming to both.
Yeah.
Roger says that Gary Morris, take care, dude. Respect. And then Nick W. Enjoy John and Steph's build. Thank you very much. Hopefully you'll enjoy this one just as much. Now, what have you got done? Let's put you on full screen and you can show us what you've got done in an hour and a half.
Right, I've got most of the major engine components done, so I'm up to figure 6 now. So I've got both sides of the engine, got the rocker covers, got this support, the exhaust manifold, that bit there, and that bit, tiny bit there. Hang on, let's see if I can focus it. Yeah, that's getting as close as it's getting, I think. So, yeah. I've done them so far. Well, I'm a bit concerned about this pipe here, because this is...
Which pipe?
Held on. This one here, that goes on the end.
Oh, the ignition rail.
On by 1 point.
Say again.
If you look on there, this pipe...
Yeah.
It's only held on at 1 point on the engine.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you got that the right way around?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you got two. You got one at this end and one at the other end. Oh, no. It's all right. Ignore me. I'm full of it. Talking blicks. Oh, that's naughty. Right. Have a look at number 10.
Number 10. Scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see 7A, that round disc goes onto the end.
You mean the flywheel, yeah?
Yeah. When do you put the locating pin in for that? Because it doesn't tell you when to do it.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's naughty.
Good question, well presented.
And we've got, there you go. The part number is Z6.
Yeah, that's not even on the diagram, is it?
It's not on there, is it?
It can't be Z6, because Z6 is another fuel rail. It's the one that goes behind the exhaust manifold.
No, it's not Z6. Oh, no, sorry, Z9. I've got it upside down.
This is going to be fun.
Oh, yeah, it's Z9.
Yeah. It's that bit there.
That bit there.
Practice me all accent for my next video.
Mm.
I think no.
Yeah. Right then. Thanks for that, Mikey. I'm at a similar stage. So there's that half. So I'll be doing, they don't show you, but they're the spark plugs. And I'll be doing wires coming out into that is your ignition cable there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the back of the engine. So I'll be drilling a very, very, very small hole in there and having a cable coming out. And I'll be doing cables from the spark plug going into it. So there and there and there. So yeah, that's what I will be doing in the next episode. Have they got 2 spark plugs? Yes, they have.
Yeah.
One on either side. So I'll be doing the same on this side as well.
Yeah. I see you've put the exhaust manifold on already.
Yep, like a Muppet. But hey, where there's a will, there's a way.
You'll get there.
It might actually be worth taking that off and using brass tubing.
Maybe.
Mm.
I've got plenty of it because I ordered the wrong size by accident.
So that's where we're up to.
Ooh,
quick run through the rest of the comments. Where are we? Molly says, hello, just sub to you, Steff. Thank you very much, Molly. Really appreciate that. Pap says, is that all you've done, Mikey? Come on. Work harder. Moo says, I failed. Only managed to glue my fingers together. I do that all the time. Roger says to Pap, I would be flying it by now. Well, crashing it if it was my RC models. Mr. Marley says, I don't have a YouTube channel yet, but I'm half of the Scale Modelling Twins on Facebook. Pap is giggling. Nick says, don't do FB. No, don't. Molly says to Pap, we should get in on this and raise some money for the vets from it. March, Mr. Skiffins, model officer, we do a 48 in 48, which is a 48 scale model in 48 hours. We do auctions and all sorts for Models for Heroes. We will be advertising it the closer we get.
Well, one of the things Dan's channel does is on the lives, he does like competitions and stuff, and a lot of times rather than taking the money prize, they just say donate it to a charity.
Oh, brilliant. That's awesome. Gary Stuff's on. He says, hi everyone. Sorry I'm late. Good day, John Marley. Hello, Gary. How you doing? Hope you're well.
Gary's Stuff's actually watching us. Yay.
Yeah, I love his channel.
Fanboying.
Yes. Shut up, don't. Steve at Telescale Models, did you say Hull, Mikey?
I did. It's part of the main focus of my next YouTube video. It's about the whole part of stallions.
Yes. Nick W says, Steff looks a cracking kit. Out of my league. Good night, lads. Nick, it's never out of your league. Practice. That's all it is. A couple of years ago, I'd looked at that and gone, no! But just practice, practice, practice. You can't just jump straight into modelling and go, I'm going to do that, and get the biggest, most complicated kit and think you're going to do it all right, because you don't. And it puts people off. You've got to build up to it. It's like anything. You look at these YouTubers like Plasmo and Night Shift and all that lot. Scale Hanger 182. They produce amazing stuff. You're not going to jump in and get to that level straight away. Same with Gary. His stuff is great. Like that bloody Harrier he built. Oh, that was a nightmare. It's all about getting to that level or aiming to get to that level. John Marley says, Gary, Pap says, good idea, LSP. Mr. Marley says, all righty then, see you blokes next time.
Hooroo.
Roger Whittington says, updated veteran, and looks like I may do the dragster model as I have a birthday coming up. If I do, I will video the build. Oh, nice.
Fantastic. And make sure you put some pictures up on the Discord as well, Roger.
Yeah, please do. Mr. Marley says, bye, sweet audience. Bye. Right then, folks. I'm just waiting for Mikey to bring his camera up. Ugh!
Almost like that.
We need that for Mr. Marley. Right then, if you'd like to say your batty tie, young man.
Hulvaur, everyone. Well, goodbye from Wales.
Yep. Moose says, at Molly, think of the money we could make stating an OnlyFans involving no. Roger says, yes, mate, will do. Model officer says, bye. That's
Bye,
the guy. That's James. He's the one who does 48 and 48. Come up in March.
Yeah.
And Roger says, ooh, the Grand Wizard. Lol.
Yeah. That's my nickname on Police Abuse and Powers channel.
Ah, got ya. So, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate your time. Nice to meet all those new people that have joined in. You guys take care. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Keep modelling. And we will see you next Friday. The next time I'm on is live on Sunday with Models for Heroes. And then Tuesday with Steve. We're doing the USS Voyager from Star Trek.
Yep.
So, bye.
Hulvaur.
Right up, so go on and do not stop till his tail's down near your prop. If he only crashes this side